So I wrote a blog for Bigger Pockets recently, actually the other day, and it reviewed areas to negotiate in a real estate transaction, specifically in a wholesale deal, but in a real estate transaction in general. In that post, I informed the readers there are many areas to negotiate. People always seem to think that it's only about money, but there are many areas to negotiate. Here are just a few. You can negotiate on price, like we stated, earnest money amount, the title company or the location where the transaction will be closed at, the rehab amount, and the inspection period. That's 5, so the inspection period length. I wrote that blog because so many people ask me what to do if the buyer rejects their initial offer. Most investors immediately assume that the offer was rejected based on price, but there are many other factors that can determine, if the seller accepts or denies your offer. I'll give you, here's an example actually of one: emotional distress. We received a call from a lady and she wanted to sell because her tenants were moving out. She didn't want the house vacant during the winter. She was older, and then actually during our time putting the deal together, she was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of cancer. She didn't have to disclose that information to us, but she did, and the doctor did not give her much time. She immediately needed to get her affairs in order. Money was not the concern, at this point. She was not concerned about the price, as she was concerned about the time frame and getting everything closed. That's how aggressive, this cancer was. We agreed to negotiate a faster closing with her than we traditionally would do. In turn, she agreed to lower her price so we could move the deal for her faster. Everything was disclosed, that we were going to wholesale the property. If we would have stuck to pricing, if pricing would have been our sole motivator, we would have missed out on the deal and wouldn't have been able to help her. So our main aim and our main goal was to help her through this situation. And actually, when we closed that transaction, I think I made $200. Here's another one. Miss W, I'll just name her that. She wanted to sell her house because she couldn't afford the repairs. She had been taking care of her mother, and they were both older, and they agreed the expenses were too much on the house. They just wanted to downsize. They wanted to get them a little condo, so they can be situated. But she had liens on the property, and she needed those liens paid in order to sell and move. Sounds like a money situation, right? Well, that's what we assumed also. But when I asked her what she wanted to get for the house, she told us we could just have it, just help her in this situation. Just help her and her mom with moving expenses, and we could have the house. Nice brick house. Well, in turn, we did help them move and everything like that. And we paid 6 months of rent in advance for her. That way, once she gets settled, she didn't have to worry about, her bills and expenses and everything like that. So these are just a few examples of determining factors when negotiating to where money is not in the play. So keep that in mind. Money is not always the determining factor. So it's Marcus Maloney. I want to thank you for being here. If you're looking for additional content about wholesaling and real estate investing, you can find it at Equity Real Estate Blog. You can join our Facebook group, which is Equity Realty and Investments. And you can find me on all social media platforms, at MRCS Maloney. That's including YouTube. Don't forget, I got plenty of freebies for you, free contracts, free assignment agreements. I also offer a free 15-minute consultation to kind of help you get started, get you on your way. So you can find all of that information at equityrealestateblog.com or down in the links below if this is a YouTube video for you, or if you're watching it on Facebook Live, you can go to YouTube and get that information. So it's Marcus Maloney, the Equity King. Just wanted to give you those quick tips. And remember, always enjoy the journey.